Hey everyone, welcome to Plant-Based Cooking with John, your go-to channel for delicious plant-based recipes that won't break the bank. Whether you're a seasoned cook or just starting out, you'll find easy to follow recipes that use simple ingredients and basic kitchen equipment. On today's episode, we're going to be making an orange and beet salad. That's right, some people might think that these two ingredients would kind of collide against each other, but they actually taste delicious together, and we're going to create a salad and a nice dressing to go along with it. To start things out, let's go over the ingredients that we're going to be using for this recipe. For this particular salad, we'd recommend some baby spinach and some baby arugula. The next thing we're going to be using are beets. Yes, raw. The next item we're going to be using is an orange, or in this case, 2 oranges because of the dressing. But we'll be using that. Salt and pepper, of course. We're going to be using some walnut half. I also picked up some vegan feta cheese. This is from Violife. For the dressing though, we're going to need a couple ingredients here. One, we're going to use some olive oil, okay? We're also going to use a red wine vinegar. We're going to use Dijon mustard. I'm now going to list all the ingredients I just went over on the screen. That way you can pause the video, write them down, gather them, or follow along with me. Alright, let's do a little prep work to get this beet and orange salad on a roll. So first we're going to take our beets. Now, as far as cooking goes, I recommend keeping some of the stems. You can just cut them off to about right here, and what that's going to do is it's going to retain the nutrients and make them bright red when you cut them. It looks better, it's healthier. And I also would recommend boiling the beets with the peel on. So we're not going to peel these until the cooking is done. Okay, so the stems are cut right where I want them, about right there as I showed you before. We're not cutting them, we're not peeling them, we're just putting them in just like this into a cold pot of water that we're going to set on high, because what we want to do is we want to make sure that these beets get to a boil. Okay, so I'm just going to set the beets in here like so, and they are fully submerged into the water. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of salt. And now we're going to cook these. This is the longest part of the process. The cooking of the beets will take somewhere between 30 and 45 minutes. So as soon as they are boiling, you will take this down to a simmer. Alright, my beets have now come to a boil, so I'm just going to take this down to a simmer. Alright, so it's been definitely 30 minutes, and the beets are done, and the way I know that is I can take a fork, and I can easily just go all the way through on one of the beets, okay? And that's a really good way to know that they're done. Alright, now that the beets are done, it's time to strain them, so I just have my handy dandy strainer here. Be very careful, it's very hot, and also stand back a little bit too, because the red beet juice is no joke, it will stain. I'm going to take a bowl of, and I'm just going to fill it with cold water. And what we're going to do is basically plunge those beets in the cold water, put them right into that cold water. And then this will help cool it off a bit, so that we'll be ready to peel them. Okay, now we're ready to peel the beets. Now, although they're cool to the touch in the cold water I just put them in, it's still hot inside the beet. So please be careful when you're peeling these. This will just like literally come right off. And it's starting to get a little hot, so I'm just gonna go back into my water, and I'm basically just taking off the outer layer in the water so that it looks like this. Okay, now I'm going to take one of my beets, now that it's ready to go. I'm going to slice it in half, And I'm just going to do a single salad serving, so I'm only going to use a half beet for my salad. Now, cut this however you want. I like to cut them in little cubes. That way they're bite-sized, but they're still recognizable in the salad. So we're looking at pieces about like that. Now I'm just going to take one orange and basically just peel off the skin. Once you have the skin off, for this salad, just same with the beet, I'm only going to use half of an orange because I'm doing a single serving. And I'm just going to take the wedges out here. And then you can cut those to any size you like. I'm going to basically cut each slice in half. Okay, I have my beets and my oranges cut, and now I'm going to move right over to my feta cheese. Now there's a little bit of liquid in this package, so I'm going to cut it in with the package, and I'm just going to cut like a little strip, just like that. And then same thing, I'm just going to cube it just like I did with the beets. Now it's time to assemble the salad, now that I have everything ready to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is just grab a little bit of my arugula and put it onto the plate. I'll grab another handful of spinach and put it on the plate. So I'm going to grab my oranges and just sprinkle them throughout the salad. And now I have my beets, and I'm going to do the same thing. And then I have my feta cheese, which I'm just going to put throughout the salad as well. Okay, and then I have my walnut pieces. Also going to just sprinkle that throughout the salad. Alright, now it's time to make the dressing. I just grabbed a container which has a lid so I can easily shake the ingredients when we're first going to just take the olive oil, and we're going to do 3 tablespoons. Squeeze this orange, and I'm looking for 2 tablespoons worth here. Add 1 tablespoon of your mustard, your Dijon mustard, 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar, put this on and give it a good shake. All right, I have my absolutely lovely salad here, and now I'm just going to pour some of my dressing on. You know, as much as you want. There you have it, a delicious orange and beet salad with feta, walnuts, and homemade dressing. Let's give it a try. The earthiness of the beets and the walnuts are a great complement to the tart citrusy taste of the orange. And then the dressing kind of pulls it all together because it's a little on the sweeter side. The cheese is also a nice compliment because it gives you kind of a creamy component, so you get all those. But I would recommend keeping all the ingredients in their separate containers. That way, every time you do it, you don't have, you know, your lettuce or your spinach and arugula wilting. You can just always add it fresh as you go, including with the beets and the orange. You know, don't peel the whole orange if you're only going to have 1 serving. You know, just peel off what you need and preserve the rest. As far as the dressing goes, you can keep that for about a week, maybe even longer, since it's preserved in the vinegar. Alright, that concludes this video. Thank you again for watching. Make sure you hit that alert bell so you're up to date on all the new recipes I come out with, and definitely like if you can. I'd appreciate that. And until next time, we'll see you then.